Today's NFL Daily is presented by ButcherBox. The turkey prices are higher than ever, just in time for Thanksgiving, of course. But ButcherBox is hooking you up with a free turkey with your first order when you use promo code NFL Daily over at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. The meat you get there is delivered right to your doorstep, and you don't have to do the, I'm going to guess that this grocery store meat's good. Not a problem with ButcherBox. Head over at butcherbox.com/NFL Daily. Here's what's coming up on today's news and rumors roundup for the NFL. Updates on Odell Beckham, a lot of them. Christian McCaffrey and Cam Akers trade rumors, the Dan Snyder drama, and some interesting comments from Big Ben Roethlisberger and from Tom Brady. We begin, though, with Odell Beckham, as he remains a free agent, and the rumors around him are still not stopping. You've got Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce saying, hey, what if he goes to KC, who just freed up some money, by the way, for their salary cap. Von Miller swears that the Bills will end up getting Odell Beckham Jr. There's money updates with Odell Beckham wanted a huge deal from the Rams. And it was a Michael Gallup level deal, and they said no. ESPN reports that Beckham might not be good until mid-December, not the mid-November timeline we've been hearing. Let's go to the money side of it first. Now, Odell made the comment the Rams didn't offer him what he wanted. The Rams lowballed him. According to Ian Rappaport, this is what Odell Beckham wanted, was the Michael Gallup contract. 5 years, $57 million, $11.5 million per year. Isn't that outlandish, but also a lot for a guy with a torn ACL. So I understand the Rams' hesitancy to do that deal. At this point, he's not going to get that midseason. Not if he's going to be healthy until November, December, whenever it ends up being. He'll probably do a one-year deal, cash in again. Now, Von Miller, who has made it very clear he wants Odell Beckham to come with him to Buffalo, had this to say recently. I talk to OBJ just about every week, checking in with him, keeping in touch with him. He's a vet in this league. He understands the way teams are built, and I'm sure he looks at our team, and I'm sure he can see himself fitting in on our team. This is the way I like to think. When it's time to start chopping the block, I think when it's time to get down to business, I think I know where he's going to be at, which is implying Buffalo. Now, part of the problem here for Odell Beckham is his injury history. Played in 4 games in 2017, missed 4 games, 2022 with that quad injury, had core muscle surgery after 2020, tore his ACL, or after 2019, tore his ACL in 2020, then again the Super Bowl in 2021. The initial timeline for reports had been late October, early November, somewhere around that range. He's going to be good to go. Well, Dan Graziano had this to say earlier today, actually, in an ESPN article. 2 team executives familiar with the Beckham situation told me last week the realistic time frame for Beckham to be recovered from his knee injury and good to play is around mid-December. That's a whole month later than what had been originally kind of laid out for Odell Beckham. And if that's the case, we've got a long way to go before he finds his new team. That might be pushing it a bit too late, but look, we'll wait and see. So, of the options linked out there, who will sign Odell Beckham? BUF for the Buffalo Bills, LAR for the Los Angeles Rams, GB for the Packers, KC for the Chiefs. Type in O for other. Bonus points if you mention that team. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Let's talk trade rumors now, as those are heating up. Christian McCaffrey is maybe the biggest name who may or may not be on the trade block. He remains subject of roughly all of the NFL trade rumors. The Panthers do appear willing to listen on McCaffrey, but the reported asking price is more than just a first-round pick. I find it impossible to envision a team trading a first-round pick and more for Christian McCaffrey. That is so much for a very good running back when healthy, who's having a better year this year than what he's had in recent years. I can't see them getting on board with that. That's too much to ask for. Now, there are some fresh odds out there right now. Post-trade deadline team odds. The Panthers still your betting favorite. Bills plus 300. Denver down there, which maybe not so much anymore. Can never count out the Rams. The Bucs are an interesting fit as well. If the Panthers' asking price drops like a second-round pick, even though they saved no money with the trade, as we've discussed, that starts to make more sense. I don't foresee any team, nor should they, trading first plus for McCaffrey. So make those predictions for me. What team will Christian McCaffrey play for after this year's NFL trade deadline? Let me know right now in the comments section. NFL Daily made possible today by ButcherBox. They take the guesswork out of finding high-quality meat and seafood you guys can actually trust. You get just what you want delivered right to your doorstep. They've got free shipping for the continental U.S. and no surprise fees. They got steaks. The burgers I made with ButcherBox had ButcherBox bacon. Then I threw on some avocado and fried egg. It was absolutely fire. Even my 11-month-old baby Olivia absolutely loved it. It's convenient. The cost is very reasonable. Great quality, great taste, and they're making life easier for you this Thanksgiving. The main course for Thanksgiving dinner can sometimes be a main source of stress, especially with turkey prices higher than ever, but not anymore. ButcherBox is offering you free turkey with your first order. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/NFLdaily and use code NFLdaily to get one 10 to 14 pound turkey for free in your first box. That's a whole turkey, folks. ButcherBox.com/NFLdaily and use code NFLdaily to claim this deal. I'll make sure that link is in both the comments section and in the description. Let's go to the Los Angeles Rams. This time, selling, apparently. The Cam Akers situation has deteriorated quite quickly here. The Rams are openly shopping him at this point. He's got 2 cheap years left on his deal, but Cam Akers has struggled, and I think there is some frustration from him and the organization with his role and how he's played. Now, here's the big thing for Cam Akers, that Achilles injury. He and his agent are swearing that he's totally fine. The numbers say otherwise. Before that Achilles injury, Cam Akers averaged 4.3 yards per carry. Great production. Since then, 2.8. Now, you're talking like a 90-ish fewer carry number, but that's a big enough sample size to go, something's not right. Now, I'll make note, the offensive line is much worse for the Rams, especially this year, but there's something that's not the same with Cam Akers. The production is not as good. Maybe it's the O-line. You know what? Maybe it's the injury. So I think that's a good situation to keep an eye out for. The Rams will take, I think, something for him. McVay has not ruled out a potential return. We'll have to wait and see on that one. So what do you think? Who will trade for Cam Akers? Let me know right now in the comments section. Let's talk Dan Snyder now, because, of course, we're going to talk Dan Snyder. Colts owner Jim Irsay, very publicly at the NFL owner meetings this week, said there's merit to ousting Commanders owner Dan Snyder. The ESPN report that came out said Snyder had hired investigators to look into Goodell and the other owners, and he would never sell, and he said it's a mafia, NFL owners all hate each other, and Irsay was kind of like, yeah, we should consider this. Report's not done yet, so the Mary Jo White investigation, the report will be released publicly, the NFL says. No vote on Snyder will happen until after that investigation is completed. Snyder said he's not going to sell the team. If you believe the ESPN report, the claim is that Snyder has dirt on owners, including Jerry Jones, although, I mean, it's Jerry. I think we know what he gets into. But if there's worse stuff, that's a different conversation. So there's the drama around Dan Snyder, the financial, the off-the-field improprieties, this giant disaster the culture has been for that Commanders team, despite Bruce Allen saying the culture was damn good. No, it wasn't. It was a mess. We know a lot about Dan Snyder from the stuff that's been leaked out there, enough to probably make an answer on this question. Should Dan Snyder be removed as Commanders owners? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off right now in the comments section. We'll wrap up today's show with some interesting notes on Tom Brady. Not his best game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Ben Roethlisberger said Tom Brady looked like he didn't even want to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As Brady has also made a really weird comparison of saying the NFL season is like a military deployment. Well, we'll get to that, but first, Big Ben on his show. Tom is the greatest. First off, thank you, Ben. The Super Bowl rings show it. It didn't look like he wanted to be out there. Maybe it was the pressure and he was getting hit and whatever was going on. Brady did not play that well against a Steelers team without T.J. Watt and several of their best corners. 25 of 40 for 243 and 1 touchdown. That was a disappointing effort that we're not accustomed to from Brady, and he also yelled at his linemen, as that one we are a bit more expected to from that standpoint. Now, Brady on his own podcast had this really weird analogy. I almost look at it at a football season like you're going away on deployment in the military. And it's like, man, here I go again. There's only one way to do it. The reality is you can only be authentic to yourself, right? And then he went on and on about, like, the work-home balance type of stuff, which, like, you're playing a game. Like, you're playing a sport. You're not going overseas to fight in a war. Like, that analogy sucks. I'm sorry, Tom. And I don't know why the media's handling it with kid gloves. It's a terrible analogy. The whole, like, Brady is super committed to the game, I get it. That's what's made him so great in part, but that analogy does not fly at all for me in any capacity. I don't get it. Brady's made some weird comments this year. The most all-in guy in NFL history has not been all in this year. And I know there's a lot of personal stuff going on off the field for Brady. I think that's at play here. But it's just another weird comment from Brady that, frankly, I think misses the mark in a pretty big way. We've got daily videos for you guys here on NFL Daily. Name checks out, right? So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe.